Hi friends, in today's lecture we'll study how to make a sales dashboard similar to what you are seeing right now. The link for downloading this practice file is given in the description of this video. So let me first explain you what is this dashboard about, and then I will explain you how we can construct this dashboard. So imagine that we have two major clients. One is Computech and second is Microworld, and these two clients are responsible for selling of various products, and I want to see how they are performing. So what is the sales score of Computech, what is the sales score of Microtech, how has Microworld scored with reference to the different categories, how has Computech scored with reference to different categories, and their sales by different months, and the top 5 managers and their performing scales. At the left side you can see we have some slicer buttons. So if I want to see data only for Computech, I would click here. So I can get data only for Computech company. If I want data only for Microworld, I get data for only Microworld. If I clear the filters, I get data for both of them. Same way, I want data for of both the companies for a specific town. I can click like this. If I want for all the towns, I'll click over here. Same way, I want to see the performance of both the companies with reference to gaming products, with reference to laptops, and so on. This way I can come to know who is performing better, in which particular months, and in which particular category. So let me explain you how we can now go on and constructing this kind of sales dashboard. So first I will take you to my data. This is my raw data. So I'll just remove the filters. So I have made a table actually. I'll convert it to range so that you can understand it better. So here you can see that I have fields like months, the store, the town, then the store code, the country to which that store belongs, who is the manager, category, and what is the sales. So this is our simple raw data, and if you scroll down you can see there is a huge amount of data, and we want to make a dashboard for this data. So what I'll do, I'll first select this data by clicking at the junction, click on home and copy the data. Now I'll make a new sheet and I will paste the data. So right click, paste special values. This is the data which I have pasted. So I'll rename this sheet as raw data. Okay, now the first thing which you ought to do is you have to convert this raw data into a table, so that in future when you go to add more rows, it would get reflected in your dashboard. So to convert this into a table, click on home, and in home you have this option wherein you can format this as a table. So here you have format as table, and you can select any style which you prefer. It will ask you that where is the data for your table. So this is my data. You can see these marching ants around the data, and my table has headers. So these are the headers for my table. I'll click on OK, and the table is ready. So you have month, you have store, you have town, you have store code, country, manager, category, and sales. Just for convenience, I'll click on home and make this into currency, and I'll right click on it, format cells, and I don't want to show the decimals, so I'll remove the decimals. Okay, that's it. And then for the months, I want to show this as a date, so format cells, I'll take it as a date, and I would click on OK. So now everything seems perfect. So this is my raw data, and this is my dashboard which I want to construct. So we'll start with first making this pie chart, which is sales by store. So we'll come back to our new sheet, and we'll click on anywhere inside the data, inside the table, then click on insert and select pivot table. Click on OK, and the store name is there. We'll drag it to rows. So you'll see our two store names have come here, and the sales will drag it to values. So you get the values here. You highlight this and format it into currency and no decimal places, and say OK. And now you want to make a pie chart out of this. So you click on pivot table analyze and select pivot chart, and select pie and select OK. Then you can even click on design, and you have different design formats. Before that, we would change the colors so that it matches with this color scheme, which is typical to the maybe the logo of these two companies. So we come back here, and in this design we have this change color, and we'll scroll down. So we select maybe this color scheme, let's just take a look at the original. So it is gray and yellow. We come back here, and we select the part which we want to format, and fill it. Instead of this color, we want to fill it with this color, and this part, instead of this color, we want to fill it with this color. If you want an exact match, come back over here, select this, okay, and you can see the fill, and you can see what is this fill code. So you have this more colors, and this is the fill code. This will give you this exact color. Control C, come back here, select this range, come here, select more colors, Control V and select OK. So we got the same shade. Same way you come here and select more colors and select this shade and come back to our data and come to more colors and fill it with this shade. So you get the same shade. Now I don't want these legends or these fill buttons. So right click, hide all fill buttons on the chart. I don't want these legends, so I remove these legends. I don't want this chart title, I remove the chart title. However, I want to add data labels, so add data labels like this. And if you see, the value is shown in percentage. So if you want to see the value as percentage, you select the data and show value as, you say, percentage of grand total. So you get as percentage of grand total, and then you click on the chart, and now you have various designs to choose from. There is somewhere where your numbers can be seen very prominently. Okay. So that's what we want, that the number should be shown very prominently. Or you yourself can redesign them, so you can move this and you can even format these data labels. Okay, and you have this, you want to see it as a percentage, you can see that. You want to show the category name, you can show the category name also. And same way for this also, you can say show the category name, and you can change the colors. So just select, right click, and you want to change the color of the font, so click on home and make it to white. Okay, so this seems pretty decent. And now right click over here, or you can click on design, then click on format, select shape fill, no fill, shape outline, no outline. So our first graph is ready. You can Control C, copy the graph, and what we'll do, this pivot is there, we'll rename this pivot. So just ensure that your pivot table is selected, come into pivot table, analyze, and this pivot name is there. We'll say sales by store, or you can say store sales, whichever is comfortable. Just ensure there is no space. This is a name for this pivot, and we'll rename this as sales by store. So this is our first pivot, a first chart ready, which matches with this chart. Now parallelly we'll also construct this dashboard, and we'll go on placing things which are ready. So we come back to our sheet. I'll move the raw data here. This is my sales by store, I'll click on plus, make a new sheet, and I'll rename it as dashboard. Now we'll construct the outer rectangle. You can see this black rectangle which is there on the outside. We want to construct that, and also notice that it has rounded rectangles, so keep that in mind. So we click on insert, illustrations, and here you have shapes. In shapes you have rounded rectangle, and I make one rounded rectangle like this. Taking care that it doesn't extend beyond the screen limitations. And this yellow bar is there. I can increase or decrease the width of the round corners. Okay, and now I have to adjust the fill color. So let us see what is this fill color. So to see the fill color, you can click on shape format and click on shape fill, and you can see more fill colors. So this is the code for that fill color. I will press Ctrl C to copy this code, select OK, and come to our sheet and shape format and shape fill, more fill colors, and I'll fill it with this color and select OK. So outer rectangle is ready. Now this inner smaller rectangle with a lighter color, we want that as well. So again we come to our dashboard. What we'll do, we'll copy this rectangle itself and we'll paste that same rectangle, and we'll just temporarily change the color to some lighter shade just to demarcate it, and we'll just reduce the size. Okay, and now we want to match this with that color. So we come back to our sheet and we select this, and we select shape format, shape fill, more fill colors, and this is the color code. I will copy this, come back to our sheet, shape format, shape fill, more fill colors, fill it with this color, select OK. So that is ready. Now next we have to place our sales by store pie chart over here in the corner. So again we come to our sheet and our sales by store pie chart is here. We press Ctrl C, we come into dashboard. Okay, click anywhere and Ctrl V paste, bring it to a suitable location, close this, reduce the size of it, okay, we are happy over here. And over here I want to write the heading sales by store. So I'll select insert, text box, and I will click over here and write down sales by store, and I would select this and I would say shape fill, no fill, shape outline, no outline. Then I'll just bring this in the center, and maybe slightly increase the size. Okay, and center align it. So my first graph is ready. Ensure that none of your elements are not coming in that not visible category. So just ensure that you adjust them nicely. Your data should be perfect. So sales by store, our first graph, pie graph, is ready. Now let us see what is the next. We will make sales by manager, and we want to show the first 5 managers, the top 5 managers, sales by managers. So again we come back to our sheet, go to raw data and select insert, select pivot table, select OK, select manager name and select sales. Now you can see there are a lot of managers. I don't want to see all, I want to see only the top 5. So I click over here, value filters, where this top 10 is there, I will click here sorry, and I'll make it to top 5 and click on OK. And I will just change this to currency. Okay, and I don't want the decimal places, so I'll remove the decimals and select OK. Now I would click on insert, select graph, and we will select a simple graph. We select a bar graph like this and select OK. Then we would hide all these buttons. Then I don't want the legends, and I don't want the chart title, I don't want the x-axis, and I want to add the data labels, but I want to show this value as percentage. Okay, so right click over here and select show value as percentage of grand total, and I want to change the color of these bars. So just click on these bars and fill and change the color to black, and finally I don't want any fill, so design is okay, format, shape fill, no fill, shape outline, no outline. I'll Control C copy, and I'll come into our dashboard. Before doing that, we'll rename this. So click on pivot table analyze, and we'll rename this to sales by manager. Okay, and we'll rename this sheet also, sales by manager, and we'll drag this sheet after the sales by store. So we have raw data, we have dashboard, we have sales by store and sales by manager. Now we copy the sales by manager, Control C, and come to our dashboard and Control V, paste the dashboard. Now we want to stretch this, and at the same time we want to keep headings, space for headings and space for the logo as well. Take this slightly down and we copy this, Control C, and we paste it, Control V, and move this here and write down sales by managers or sales by top 5 managers. Okay, so this is ready. Second graph is also done. Okay, if you don't want these vertical lines in between, select these vertical lines and delete them. Come into your dashboard and reset to match style. Okay, so sales by manager is also ready. Now on the top we want to make those legends something similar to this, Computech and Microworld and their rectangular box. So we want to take this slightly down so that we can make space for Computech and Microworld. So we come back to our sheet and we just copy this, paste it here, and we make one rectangular box. So we click on shapes and we make one rectangle like this, and then again we copy both of them and we paste both of them on the side like this. We reduce the distance, bring them close, and you see the first is Computech and second is Microworld. So we rename this to Computech, and second we rename to Microworld, and you can see what is the color of each of them. So I want to do this with this color, so you can just take a look at what is the color code. So more colors, copy this color, come here, fill, more colors, and fill it with this color. Select OK. Same way select this, fill, and more colors, and select this copy, come here, fill, more colors, copy. And you don't want the outline, so shape format, shape outline, no outline. Same way here, shape format, shape outline, no outline. So that is also done. You can take this slightly down. Here I want to insert the company logo. You can insert any logo. Now I have one logo ready. So I'll select insert, illustration, pictures, this device, so I'll select this, and it's pasted here, and I'll reduce the size. Okay, so this company logo is there, and now over here I want to write down this, I want to insert one more picture and write down sales dashboard. So again I click on insert, illustrations, pictures, and instead of pictures we'll this time select icons. So it shows you the Microsoft library of icons. So we'll select this icon and we'll select insert, and we'll bring it over here. We'll reduce the size, and then we'll copy this and we'll paste it, and we'll rename this to sales dashboard, and we'll increase the size, and we'll also make it bold. We'll take it slightly down. So this is our indicating that this is our sales dashboard. So 2 graphs are ready. Now 2 more to go. So come back. Next you have sales by category graph. So again we come back to our original sheet. Go to our raw data. Select insert. Select pivot table. Select OK. And now you move category over here, and you move sales over here, and you can also take the store here. So you have the store wise sales, and you can select them, and you can right click and you can say show value as percentage of grand total. And now you want to make a graph of this. So pivot table, analyze, pivot chart, select bar graph, select OK, hide all field buttons. I don't want the legends, I don't want the y-axis titles, I want to add data labels, I don't want these vertical axis, I don't want any fill, and I don't want any outline. And finally I want to adjust these colors to match the colors of Microtech. So this, you can see this 3.03 is of Computech. So use this blue bars is Computech. So you go into dashboard and Computech is this color. So go into shape format, shape fill, more fill colors, copy this, Ctrl C, cancel, and come here and double click here. and going to fill, more fill colors, and fill it with this color. Okay, and then for that was for Computec, and now for the other company, Micro World, shape format, or you can check from here, more colors. This is the color. Copy it, come to sales by manager, come to raw data, select the other, select fill, come here, more colors, fill it with this color, select OK. And what happened to the other one? We want to change this color to this. Okay, so our next graph is ready, sales by category. So first we'll rename this pivot table to sales by category, and we'll rename this sheet as well, sales by category, and we will take this sheet and keep it in the end, and then we'll copy this, Ctrl C, and come into our dashboard and Ctrl V paste, and then bring it here, reduce the size, and copy the headings, paste it, bring it here, and change the headings to sales by category. So the next graph is also done. And finally, the last graph is sales by months. So again we come back to our sheet, go to raw data, select insert, select pivot table, select OK, and select months, and select sales, and I don't want all this, I want only the months, and select this, right click, show value as percentage of grand total, and then pivot table analyze, pivot chart, and we want the chart should be a bar graph. So we want this graph is okay, but we want for both the companies, so we select store and bring it here, and now we go into pivot table analyze, pivot chart, bar chart, select OK, bring it here, hide all field buttons, we don't want legends, we don't want the dates, we don't want horizontal axis, and we want to fill this, so design or format, shape fill, no fill, shape outline, no outline. Now you can see Computec and all these values. We want to add data labels and add data labels. So this 9.53 you can see is Computec. So see the color of Computec is gray. So you can click on, you can double click here, or you can directly go into format and shape fill and fill it with this color, and select the second, format, shape fill, and fill it with this color. Then select your graph, Ctrl C copy, come to dashboard and Ctrl V paste and reduce the size and bring it here. In case you don't want this, you can delete that as well. And finally copy the label. Bring it here and sales by months, and it is ready. Now all our graphs are ready. Now we want the slicers. Okay, before that we'll come here, we'll click on pivot table, analyze. We'll rename this to sales by months, and we'll rename the sheet as well, sales by months, and we'll move this sheet right at the end. Come back to our dashboard, and now we want the slicer buttons. So let us see what are the slicer buttons. You have store, you have town, and you have category. Come back to our sheet and come back into any of the pivot table. You click on insert, select slicer, and you want store, you want town, you want category. Select OK. Select all the three, Ctrl C copy, and come into dashboard, Ctrl V paste. Now bring the store slicer and bring it here and size it up. Bring the town slicer, bring it here and size it up. And bring the category title, bring it here and size it up, and then scroll down and reduce the size. Now let's do a test run. So you click on Computec. You can see only one of the graph is moving and not all the graphs. So to avoid this, what you have to do, one small setting has to be done. Click on the first slicer, click on slicer, select report connections, and you link that slicer with all the pivot tables. Okay. Click on the town slicer, click on slicer, click on report connections, and link it with all pivots. Category, slicer, report connections, link it with all the pivots. And now if you click on Computec, you can see all data is moving. If you clear the slicer, you will see the slicer gets cleared. If you want data for a specific company, you can select specific company. You want data for both, you can select both the companies. And same way, a specific town you can clear. Same way, a specific category you can clear. And to clear the categories or the slicers, click here and click here. Now you can see when I click on one of them, so let's just adjust this nicely. And let's just check this slicer, report connections. So this is sales by store, and I've linked it with sales by month, sales by manager, and sales by category. And let's just see the sales by store. Okay, here just select all. Okay, now it's correct. Just adjust everything so that the dashboard looks proper. So now you can see you want data for a specific town, you can clear it. You want data for a specific category, you can get it. You want for all categories, clear it. You want for a specific town, you can get it. You want for all, clear it. And same way you can have for one store, other store, or clear to get data from both the stores. So friends, in this lecture we have seen how to make a sales dashboard. Hope you have learned something new. Please use this practice file, practice this, and do share your feedback with me in the comment section. And if you like this lecture, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And we'll see you again in the next lecture. Till that time, goodbye.